In this video, we will discuss how to safely store home blended food. Store home blended food from tube feeding in airtight containers. This includes mason jars, Ziploc bags, reusable food safe pouches. An easy way to remember safe food storage is the rule of 2, 2, and 2. All food should stay at room temperature for no longer than 2 hours. Can be refrigerated for up to 2 days and can be frozen for up to 2 months. This is to prevent illness from bacterial growth in the foods. When storing home blended foods, label it to keep track of when it was made and what it contains. Write the name of the food, the date, and the time it was made. You can also write down if it is being stored in the fridge or the freezer and when it should be used by. If you remove the blended food from the freezer, add the date and the time it is thawed to the label. If your child will use the food away from home, add their name. We have a label template that you can use. It can be found in the resource list. Let's talk about how to safely thaw the home blended food. There are 3 ways to do this. Thaw frozen blended food in the fridge overnight, in a clean sink with cold water, changing the water every 30 minutes, or using the defrost setting in the microwave. Make sure to stir the food so that it is a consistent temperature. Food should not stay at room temperature any longer than 2 hours. When you remove the blended food from the freezer, add the date and the time it is thawed to the label. Your child may need to have their meals away from home. For example, lunch at daycare, school, or on a family road trip. Pack foods that may need to be kept cold or hot in a cooler or a travel mug to keep the food at the safe temperature. Cold foods can also be stored with an ice pack in the cooler. Like at home, follow food safe guidelines. Any home blended food kept at room temperature for longer than 2 hours should be thrown out. Ensure the child or staff has the appropriate supplies, awareness, and knowledge for providing the home blended food, and how to safely clean up after feeding. Emergencies can happen at any time. Children who are tube feeding need pre-planning for emergencies. Include important information in your plan. Names and contact information for all caregivers trained to tube feed your child. Also include the type of formula in case of emergency. A copy of your child's most current tube feeding care plan should be easily available to all who may need it. When your child is in the hospital, your healthcare team is committed to working with you to make sure they have safe and healthy food during their hospital stay. If your child is admitted to hospital, let your dietitian know. If possible, they will coordinate home blended feeding during their hospital stay. Clearly label home blended food you bring to the hospital and have an ingredient list or recipe available for your child's medical care team. Thanks for joining us.
We hope this series helps you and your family on your home blended food journey.